and we still having a conversation about who black men are willing to protect. Random people do not owe you protection. I don't care what race they are. If they willing to jump in and help you, that's one thing. But it should not be expected. That should not be an expectation. You should not be going through life assuming that if you in danger, that anybody would put themselves in the front of that danger to protect you. I know that's not how I'm living. I know that if my daddy and my brothers are in a position to protect me, that they will. They absolutely will. But just a random man on the street, I'm not looking for his protection. I'm looking for my own protection. That's the reason why I'm at the range. That's the reason why I keep buying my own protection, right? My own pew-pews, so I can make sure I can protect myself.
I have four brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations. Even though my brothers, my dad, and the men in my life protect me, I in turn protect them by listening to them and following their instruction. They don't have to come to my defense in some wild scenario because if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been there in the first place.
So y'all posted this tweet the other day. I'm going to read it and I'm going to elaborate my thoughts on this whole post. I've come to the realization that there is no real black community. A minority of us black folk actually humanize and value each other's lives. The majority have been brainwashed by the individualism and anti-blackness perpetrated by supremacy, the patriarchy, and homophobia. So I just want to say this, y'all. I am extremely disappointed with the community that I thought we did have when it comes to black people. I now understand that there is a minority of people that are black that want to protect our own, that believes in humanism, that believes when I see somebody that looks like me, that I will protect them. The individualism that has seeped through from palm color supremacy to black people is so disgusting. At our core, black people, we have always been for each other. We've always been for protecting each other and fighting for each other. And we have gotten to a place now where we have seeped so heavily into the individualism that we feel like that we can't protect our own and that we can't speak up on our own and that we're about to sit here and regardless of protecting people you don't know and all that crap, we're about to sit here and normalize that a woman can be attacked for not accepting the advances of a man. We are normalizing that women need to have Google numbers, fake numbers, and they need to sit here and entertain a man for 20, 30 minutes just to get home alive. Why are we normalizing this? And why are we normalizing this in our community? For black people? I get the bystander effects. We all learned that in college and all that. But at the end of the day, to stop the bystander effect, stop being a bystander. Stop being a bystander at the end of the day. And stop normalizing violence against women. At the end of the day, it is the reality women live in. 1 in 4 or 40% of black women are going to experience domestic violence in their lifetime from an intimate partner. That's what makes this even so scary. This dude was trying to make advances on her. He was trying to get with her. He was trying to be her intimate partner. So this violence, if it wasn't going to come today or the day that she got hit by the brick, if she decides to go on a date with him or decided to accept his advances, it would have came later. And it's just like, why are we normalizing this behavior? Why are we accepting it? And why are we sitting here blaming people for just walking down the street and going about their day? But it's the same mess that happened. I forget the young guy's name, but the man that was murdered for voguing, that was unalived for voguing, and everybody was like, well, he was doing too much. Y'all gay dudes need to stop doing too much. Y'all just be doing too much. It's just like the victim blaming and the mentality that is coming out of the community is just disgusting. It's just so disgusting. I'm so shocked. And now that even black women are joining in on the victim blaming, I'm just so disgusted.
To the Black Eye Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle. Welcome. Welcome one and all. I don't know what's going on with with StreamYard right now. I have to piggyback on this statement. But before I get started on that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video. And let me know what you think, because I'm really interested in your comments. Um, let's start out with breaking down this video. As you all know, um, the lady, it was a lady who was hit in the face with a brick, and she was crying. She recorded it. I'm not going to play the tape because I feel like the recording, because it's been all over. And in the recording, she recorded, she was crying because she said, you know, she was hit in the face with a brick. The men stood by and did nothing. In fact, the men helped the guy who hit her or struck her get away. And she was crying in the hospital. It switched over to the next scene. She was crying in the hospital, and she's asking this question, tearily asking, is this what we're doing to women now? We're hitting women, we're striking them, and no one is here to protect them. And it was very gut wrenching. It was a gut wrenching scene. And I was here on TikTok. I was in the lives. I was listening um, to the various content creators come out with the outrage, the proper reaction to that video. And then there seemed to be some weird kind of turn. And the turn was, all of a sudden, everyone wanted to expose her life. They went on her social media and they started talking about her behavior, justify. Everyone started to turn on her. They want to justify why she was hit with the brick. And of course, all the men came out, and all the men said, the black men said, "Oh, we're not obligated to protect anybody." In fact, in the video, if you watch the young lady, they clearly say in the video, "Oh, well, what did you expect us to do about it?" And she's tearily asking them, like, "This is what we're doing now. We're hitting women. Y'all sat there and you let them hit me, and you didn't say anything about it." So, as I've said, I'm going to repeat this, going to say it clearer this time. Please forgive the chirp in the background. There is no battery in it, so I don't understand why it's chirping, but forgive it. Um, so they go on a turn. Everybody starts to turn. And of course, this is in the black community, the black content creators, and they all get into her social media. Now, the young lady is a feminist. She's a pro black person, pro black issues. She is about uh, various other issues. She has a skit where she goes around slapping white men for reparations. Oddly enough, they don't slap her back. They don't strike her. They do nothing to her. But the time that she is conversing with a black man, he asks for her number and she refuses. He picks up a brick and he hits her. And the men watch. So, again, the tide is turning. Everyone's starting to dig into her social media. She's problematic. They don't like her, blah, blah, blah. She's saying some things that they feel she shouldn't say. And then they have discernment. Oh, I had discernment about her. And they're exposing her. I know she had several GoFundMe's and she was a prostitute and she's a grifter and she's a this. They're interviewing people who claim to have seen men with accents who claim to have seen her get hit with the brick, um, or didn't see her. And then the men in the video clearly did. Trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Someone called in, they were lying. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I want to start out by saying that I feel like this young man, even though I'm not surprised that the black community didn't come together, because they really were out here, these content creators, looking to justify why she was hit in the face with a brick. I just couldn't believe that they were actually looking for a reason, digging through her social media. She had to take it down. combing through her life, exposing her, because they had to somehow, some way, not have the black men take responsibility for the fact that they didn't do anything in the situation. And all the men, all the black men came out there and said, well, we're not obligated to take care of anybody. We're not obligated to save anybody. We're not obligated to do this. I'm only going to take care of my wife, my daughter, my sister, blah, blah, blah. And you hear these women in the background, oh well, I only listen to my brothers and my daddy, and my brothers tell me not to go in certain places and not to get high in certain places. That's all very good advice. But if we all had control of things, bad things wouldn't happen to us. You can be walking the street minding your own damn business, and somebody will pick you up and forcefully put you in the car. That's been happening. Somebody can attack you for no reason. You don't have to do so-called bad things or ratchet things to be assaulted. You could be minding your own business. And if I saw somebody who was struggling for help or crying for help, or somebody that looked to be in danger, don't you think it's my responsibility to say something or do something? To call 911? You think you have superhero wings or a cape that you can go to another town, another city, another state, another country, another continent and save your wife, mother, and daughter? You think it's like that? Don't you want somebody to turn around and have some compassion and say, oh, that's not right? To do something? Y'all want to blame white supremacy for what's going on. I'm sorry, it's not palm supremacy. Palm supremacy don't have to bother with y'all, because you don't have any real morals and anything anyways. You're not building anything. You're not worth anything. It's nothing to destroy. I've said this for years. There is no black community. When I hear people talk about black community, I think they're talking about a corpse, a dead thing, comatose at best, but certainly not alive, well, and thriving, broken. There is a deep poison in this community, and it's among the black men. The black men get up here on these platforms, and they are sitting here and they're telling the whole world that they don't like black women, that black women don't deserve anything, don't deserve to be protected, that black women are unattractive, that nobody wants black women. I mean, how much demoralization do you need in order to uh, I can't even say it. How much of this are we to take? And I can't believe that black women are chiming in saying the same things. Well, what did she say? What did she do? It doesn't matter what she said. It doesn't matter what she did. She didn't deserve to be hit in the face with a brick. And furthermore, to have a group of men stand there and watch it happen. So you're saying that you're not obligated to protect women. Meanwhile, y'all complain about palm supremacy, but palm supremacy has volumes of books and movies talking about the very thing that you don't want to do. They believe in protecting their women, no matter what. Some actresses made a living off being villainous women, but they will protect that woman to the mat. But not black men, not black men. And it's a shame too, because when it comes down to the nitty gritty, black women always stand 10 toes down to protect you. So then, if that's the case, then when the police pew pew you, then black women don't have to get up here and raise money and protest. We don't have to do that then, right? We can just turn our heads and mind our own damn business because probably you're a problematic person anyhow. Jesus protected women. He protected problematic women. You don't have to like her politics. You don't have to like that she was a feminist. You don't have to like that she was pro-black. You don't even got to like anything about her. But the fact that she is a human being is the reason why she should have been protected. But I don't know. I don't know. Jesus, he saved problematic women. When the woman who was caught in adultery, caught, and she was going to be stoned, Jesus stepped in and said, "Ye without sin, cast the first stone." And before you get in these comments and say, "You need Jesus Christ," no, we know you don't. We know you don't have any character. We know you lack morals. You don't have to announce it. Stay out of my comments with that crap. I just wanted to add that I thought this was horrifying and shameful and ridiculous that you all can't even for one day, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day stand up for the rights of our humanity. The reason why slavery was terrible and we were treated, the treatment is so bad, not because we were black, they used black as an excuse, it was because we are human. And black folks, of all people, should appreciate humanity. We should understand that better than anybody. And yet we're the ones who turn away from it. The men and the women. I just wanted to add on to this young man's video that I am very much shocked. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be surprised. I've been here long enough to see that the black community doesn't protect their women and girls. I see it. I have seen it. So I'm going to end this video with a little saying. Well, I'm going to end the video with two things. Number one, y'all can't complain about the Palm community. Y'all got nothing to say about the Palm community, because if this is how you behave to your own people, then you don't have a right to demand humanity and equality. You don't, because if you can't treat your own people right, and you can't make them equal and protect us, the people in your community, which I believe is dead. I'm using community only loosely. If you can't do that, then you can't expect anybody else to treat your community equally. If you don't see that your girl, your child needs to be protected, you can't expect the Palm community to do it. You're dumb if you think that. You don't need it. You don't deserve it. And in my closing statement, there's a saying, I know I'm going to butcher it. It's basically all that's necessary for evil to reign is for good to sit and do nothing. I'm not even supposing that any of you are good, but if you have a problem with supremacy, then maybe you need to look inside yourself, because I don't think it's an outside problem. That's a moral problem, and that's a character problem. And it's sad, and very disappointing that the men and the women in this so-called community lack both. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you stayed with me this long, thank you. Until next time.